This is Abigail Burla with Sparkle and Shine Guidance, and today I'm talking to you about the full moon in Cancer. It is on January 6th. It is a big one in 2023. We start the year with a Cancer full moon. We end the year with a Cancer full moon. What is this telling us about 2023? So many things. Hi, if you're just joining. So yesterday I offered a workshop. That workshop is available for playback, and it comes with a digital version of the planetary planner. So big bang for your buck there, and goes over all of the transits that are happening in 2023 and looking at where they are in the chart so that you can pull your chart up and look at it. So if you're wanting that, that is available through the link in my profile. So we're starting the year with Cancer full moon. We're ending the year with Cancer full moon. Cancer represents the mother goddess energy. And so hi, if you're just joining, in Hindu mythology, she represents Parvati. So if you know anything about that story, that lineage, you'll kind of get an idea of what we are being initiated into in 2023. We've spent the last few years, I was really excited, 4 years ago, I was looking forward to, hi, if you're just joining, when the North Node was moving into Taurus and what that was going to initiate for us. Now, we also had Uranus move into Taurus, which is all about that very feminine energy. But this year is when we're really getting a lot of energy in that feminine earth, along with the water. So earth and water are the feminine elements. Okay, if you're just joining and you'd like me to pull you a card at the end, you can type your first name into the chat. I'm going to talk the astrology. And this is just if you're on the live. I'm going to talk the astrology, and then I will be pulling you a card for this full moon. And kind of it's setting the energy for the year, although it's, it's not like this is the whole year, but it's like very interesting that we start the year with this Cancer energy. We end the year with this Cancer energy. Represents the mother goddess energy, represents that rebalance coming in of the masculine feminine principles. And there's a lot of talk in our society about that balance, but we really haven't found it yet. We still have women that are judging their emotions. We still have men that are judging their emotions. We still have parents that are shutting children down. So it's really important to understand that in 2023, we have that opportunity to really come into our emotions in a different way. Hi, Iceland. So yeah, if you want me to pull you a card at the end, just type your first name in the chat. I am going to do my thing as I do, and then I will pull you a card. So we have this Cancerian energy. We have the Hindu mythology of basically that balance of the masculine and feminine within each and every one of us, right? It's not that it's something outside of us. It's not something that we need to, can you hear that? Seek. Hi. It's within our in-breath, the feminine, and our out-breath, the masculine. It's what we are willing to receive. It's what we're willing to give. And if one of those is not in balance, then we aren't in balance. So if we just are the receivers, we're like, yay, yeah, oh yeah, I'll take that, give me that. And we're not giving back, that's an imbalance. And if we're over-giving, which we've tend to be conditioned to do as women in our society, to emotionally overgive and to not receive that support, then we're going to be out of balance too. So if we're giving, and this is not just women, but it tends to be, since it is representative of the mother, where we see mothers in this last year especially being very depleted. And so as we come into 2023, there's this opportunity to rebalance that. So if you have been feeling depleted, even if you're not a mother and even if you're not a woman, this is probably showing you some of where you're out of balance with that giving and receiving energy, the in-breath and the out-breath. So we are being asked this year to be devoted to this balance, to really honor and restrain ourselves from both overgiving and both undergiving, from being greedy and selfish and from overgiving and leaving nothing left for ourselves. So hi, if you're just joining and you want a card, just type your name into the chat and I will do that in a moment. So let's just focus on, so that's like this year. And as I said at the beginning, I have an amazing workshop that I did yesterday that is both on the energetics and the astrology of 2023. And it comes with your digital planner along with your purchase. So it's $111 and it comes with 2 different recordings and the digital planner. So if you really want to get into the astrology, you want to look at your chart, or do the energetic work for this year of resetting, that is a great offer, and I have that linked in my profile. Okay, so we have a T-square with this cardinal full moon. So on January 6th, we have this full moon in Cancer. It's at 16 degrees of Cancer. So you want to look at where your mid degree of Cancer is, but also any of the midpoints of the cardinal signs. So the cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, and Libra. So if you have placements in any of those, you're definitely getting hit. Yeah. Hi, if you're just joining, Cancer here. Yep. We drew in the Cancer energy. So if you'd like a card, type your first name in the chat, and I will be doing that in a moment. So any of the midpoints of the cardinal signs are getting hit, and it's a T-square. So we have the Sun and Mercury retrograde conjunct each other. We have the Moon and Pallas Athena conjunct each other. And then we have Chiron over there. And Chiron, as many of you know, is the wounded healer. And in Aries, it has to do with any of the stories or identities that we took on from our caregivers, from our parents, from anybody in your life that told you who you were, who you weren't, what you were meant to do, what you were meant to be, and what you were not meant to be. And as Chiron slowly moves through Aries, very slow, it's shaking up all of that. So for those of you, and I work with a lot of people who have this Chiron return happening in Aries, and what it is it's shaking loose all of those stories and coming into your own power, coming into your own reality, creating your own reality of your identity and who you are and who you aren't, and really releasing anything that you took on because you were judging it, anything that you took on that wasn't yours, anything that you were wearing around like a mask or, an outfit that didn't actually fit you, that didn't actually fit who you were becoming, who you were changing into. So as that's happening, so we have this full moon. As that slower process is happening, this full moon really highlights it. So for all of us, regardless of where your Chiron is in your chart, this energy is coming up of healing, of big emotions this week. And it's very important to understand Chiron is the wounded healer, and with anything, there's like the higher aspect or the shadow aspect, and we can go into our defenses. We can go into like ignoring problems or trying to overlook problems, or we can go into the healing of it. So this year in general, as I was saying yesterday, is a lot about allowing ourselves to have the emotions, allowing ourselves to have the process, allowing ourselves to go through the ups and downs, and knowing that none of it defines us. We are not meant to be numb in this world, because when you're numb, you're not feeling the negative, sure, but you're also not feeling the positive. And this is why we see so many women who aren't, having cervical orgasms and things, because they've numbed themselves to feeling, and we're here to feel. And when we can feel the not so positive emotions, as our brain wants to judge them as not so positive because we've been conditioned to believe they're not positive, but in reality, it's all everything and everything's great. But when we can allow ourselves to feel those maybe not so positive emotions, we make the space to feel the positive emotions. So that being said, I have a free, amazing 3-part training. I think it's 3-part, Heal the Feminine. And that is a great way, if you're feeling this, to just get in there and do some healing work around your feminine, because most people in our society were conditioned to believe that certain emotions were not acceptable, certain emotions were not welcome. And we've armored up around that, and that armor creates resistance to our true essence, our true being, and our true power. And so I'm so excited in 2023. I feel like this is going to be the year where it's all going to shift, and this is going to be the year that people get it. Like, people are going to get it this year, okay? So this full moon in, like, if you look at the gene keys, the gene key that it represents is the liberator. It's liberating ourselves through love, through caring, through emotion, and through the heart. And so anything that we are trying to like run away from or not feel, is ultimately going to become the thing that holds us back from being in our power, right? Anything that we're afraid of or we're avoiding actually has power over us. So when we allow ourselves to just go in and feel, we actually become more powerful. And so this is what my work is all about. And like, you know, you're meant to be powerful, and power is just a condensation of energy. It's literally condensing your energy, and we all are powerful in our own way, and we're meant to share our gifts here when we're here. And so if you're feeling like there's something more that wants to come through you, definitely look into my work or reach out to me, because that's what this year is about coming into yourself more, sharing more of your gifts, and liberating yourself through self-love, through nourishment. And then of course, having that overflow into your relationships, into your work, into all of the places, okay? So this full moon, you really want to look at all of the midpoints of the cardinal signs: Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. And look and see what you have there. And then we really want to lean into our Libra energy within ourselves. And Libra energy has to do with beautifying our spaces, has to do with really making peace with ourselves, with our past, with our future, you know, making that peace. And it also has to do with relating to others. So making peace with others, forgiving others, being in a place where you come into awareness about where you've been unfair, where you've been mistreating people, where you've been judging someone. And likewise, that forgiveness comes through that ability to have peace, more peace within your home, more peace within your workspace, all of those things. And this is going to depend on where Libra is in your chart. So I'm super excited for this full moon. And I'm going to pull cards now. So if you're just joining and you'd like a card, just type your first name into the chat, and I'm going to be pulling cards for people who have their first name in the chat. So, I think I'm going to do the Lumeria deck today, because I do this most times I do my live. I really love this Lumeria deck, and I'm feeling very Lumerian energy with this full moon that's on January 6th. And then we're going to start the year with the Cancer full moon. We're going to end the year with the Cancer full moon. And Lumeria is about like that mermaid energy. It's about that ability to go into the depths of our feelings.